Hello everybody and welcome back to Season 42 of the Pichu London Cup Series. Today we are at the All-Star Race Weekend here at Texas Motor Speedway. We will start with the All-Star Open. Now for the Open there will be 3 stages. There will be 2 15-lap opening stages and we'll end it with a 10-lap final stage, winner take all. So the winners of each stage will move on to the All-Star Race and the final stage, and there will actually be one more spot, I should say, from the one more driver to advance from the Open along with the 3 stage winners. Now the final driver that will be locked into the All-Star Race will be the one that scores the most points that did not advance to the All-Star Race by winning a stage. So we are going to have points added up, regular points like the regular points you we've been keeping track of. We will use that for the showdown, but the points will only determine who will make it to the All-Star Race, which is the final driver that will make it to the All-Star Race. So again, the 3 stage winners move on to the All-Star Race, and the last driver to move on is the driver with the most points that did not win a stage in this All-Star Open. So we'll determine that at the end, but first let's kick off the first stage here in the All-Star Open, and let's take a look at the starting lineup. And as you can see, it is all the Open drivers are part-time drivers, and all the full-time drivers that have not won a race so far this season up to this halfway point. So the drivers, all 14 drivers that won at least one race this season up to this point, are in the All-Star Race, and the remaining drivers are in the Open for 4 spots into the All-Star Race. On the pole will be the 20 of Maxwell Smart. On the outsides of the 22 of Garrett Albertson. Row 3 has Pichu in the 88 and the 33 Leah Walker. And then Luke Walker in the 13 in row 3 with Wyatt Quayle in the 34. Avi Sachs running with Daniel Bouchard in row 4. And Nick Suchita and Zachary Fitzwater rounding out your top 10 to start off in the Open. Owen Miles, Ryan Durante are in row 6. In row 7 is Arthur Richard and Ethan O'Connor. Row 8 has John Andrews and Sharona Evans. And row 9 has Quinn Porter and Matt Gomes. Row 10 will have Chris Leone and Richard L. Nixon. And row 11 is Hayden Stringer and Ross Boss. Row 12 is Claire Richardson and Matt Hughes. And row 13 is Nathan Ormond and Allison Rain. And row 14 is Alexander Rowe and Dmitry Barnovsky. Row 15 has Steve Morgan and Samad Oz Khan. And rounding out your field for the Open will be Robert Smith and Coda Butcher. And the qualifying was determined randomly, by the way, for the Open. That's why there are cars all over the place. Part-timers, some part-timers in the front, some in the back. The qualifying was completely random just to make things interesting here in the All-Star Open. So first 15-lap stage, and the second stage will also run 15 laps. The final stage will run 10 laps. And again, the stage winners will move on to the All-Star Race, and one more, the driver with the most points that did not advance by winning a stage will advance. So here we go to the green, here at Texas, and we're underway in the All-Star Weekend. First lap goes to Pichu. In the first lap of the first stage, Pichu in the lead. Luke Walker right behind him in the second position. And you'll notice that Luke's driving a different number with the same team. He's trying out the 13 here in this race, in this All-Star Weekend. And there you see Avi Sachs running in the 3rd position. And all those part-time drivers all trying to get into the All-Star race and maybe make it, maybe surprise us. Luke Walker and Avi Sachs battle it out, top two. Can Avi Sachs make that pass for the lead over the 13 car? Oh, there's a little contact with Pichu and Nick Suchita, and they're already trying to, getting a little rough there early on in the All-Star Open. And Avi Sachs is now your new leader. And now the 62 is out in front right now. And here comes Nick Suchita for second spot in the three-wide battle for second place right now. Ethan O'Connor, and they're bumping each other. They're going side by side again. And they're going three wide again. Pichu's right in the middle, and here comes Sharona Evans, the defending champion, has not won a race so far this season, and is trying to get in the All-Star race. Look at Avi Sachs go. He is just pulling away early on in this race here early on in the Open. And now Zach Fitzwater goes up into the wall, and he is able to save it. Zach Fitzwater went up in the wall there. That was a close call for the number 4. Still early in this race, and they'll be coming back even if they retire, by the way. If they rack out, they'll get another chance in the stages. This is all about advancing to the next round. It's a three-wide battle, and here comes Ross Boss. Ross Boss trying to get by, and he does. The three-wide battle right in the middle of the pack. There you see Sachs in the lead right now in the first stage of the All-Star Open, but it's not over yet. Oh man, Luke Walker getting into the bumper of Ethan O'Connor, and somehow was able to save it. My goodness, he was able to save it. Luke Walker got into the bumper of Ethan O'Connor. And now there you see third spot going to Richard L. Nixon. And what a run for the 16 car in a part-time role. Trying to make the most of it as we have a caution, a spin. Leia Walker looks like went around in turn 4. And there you see the contact. Leia Walker into Ethan O'Connor goes around with Hayden Stringer caught up in the wreck. And that'll bring a caution out. I wonder how many laps we will have left. Are they going to race to the line? It doesn't look like they're going to race to the line. So, looks like Avi Sachs is going to be the leader still on this restart. Alright, already a first caution, but it's alright. We're going to get back to the green. 3 laps to go in the first stage. We're back to the green. My, if Avi Sachs makes this, makes it in, it would be a surprise. A part-timer is going to try to get in this all-star race. And look at Richard L. Nixon. He's trying to get in this race with 2 to go. Just 2 more laps around here at Texas. And they're spinning again. Arthur Richard in a big crash. Arthur Richard around again in a big pile-up. And we will have overtime at the end of the first stage, and a spot is on the line, obviously, so overtime will be needed for stage 1. Avi Sachs is going to lead to overtime here in the first stage, and already some chaos in the All-Star Open. When we return, it'll be overtime at stage 1. Alright, here we go. The first stage is going to be a 2-lap overtime, and the stages here in the Open will require overtime if needed, since a spot into the All-Star race is on the line in each and every stage. So here we go, first stage overtime here, as Avi Sachs is trying to be the first driver to get into the All-Star race from the Open. And here we go to the green flag again at Texas. Solid start for Avi Sachs so far. Evans right behind him though. Sharon Evans trying to get in the All-Star race, and here she comes. There is the 12 of Chris Leone right behind her. Oh, they're getting loose again as the white flag waves in stage 1. And Sharon Evans gets a good run, and there she goes. There goes the 10. And Sharon Evans, the defending champion, trying to get in the All-Star race. And she might be able to do so with a pass on Avi Sachs. Here she comes. Sharon Evans is going to be the first driver to lock her spot in the All-Star race. And she's going to take the win in stage 1. Oh boy, we saw some drivers in the grass on the last lap crash, spot right behind them. As you see, Ryan Duran, he got into the grass with, I think it was Matt Hughes he went in the grass with. At the checkered flag. This happened at the checkered flag. A hard crash on Matt Hughes, but was able to make it through. And wow, here it is again. I think that went to the pace car. Oh, I think he might have hit the pace car. Oh, I think he might have hit the pace car. That is, wow, that is bizarre. Let's take a look if he did hit the pace car. Oh, he might have hit it. He might have hit the pace car there when he hit the wall. Wow, that was a crazy wreck. That was a crazy, crazy wreck. What a way to end the stage. That was the first stage, and definitely there's going to be some more of that later in the night. So congratulations, Sharon Evans. She makes it to the first. She's the first driver to make it in the All-Star race with the open stage victory. So Evans is in. We'll be back with stage 2. And we're back here with stage number 2 here at Texas, and we already know Sharona Evans will be in the All-Star race. So now we'll find out who the second driver will be locked into the All-Star race. So here we go. Nick Sachita and Chris Leone, they were second and third in the last stage, so they'll be on the front row in stage 2. Evans is in the back, so she won't be a factor when these drivers are competing to win stages here and to advance. And here we go, stage 2 is green. We're gonna have ourselves a great night here. Obviously this is gonna be a great night here for sure. And here we go. Already going for the lead. Ross Boss already trying to go for the lead here. Oh, Avi Sachs right on the bumper. On the bumper of the 18. Avi Sachs trying to make it. Oh boy. The Sachs gonna try to clear Ross Boss. Here comes the 38 of Matt Gomes on the top 5. Going 3 wide again, and they're wrecking already, and Zach Fitzwater, huge, and he's flipping. Oh man, they're flipping. And a big crash involving a huge pileup. Wow. Anyways, in no time getting at each other. Look how far Zach Fitzwater. Look at this. My gosh. That has got to be an iconic moment in itself. Look at this. Here it is again. Wow. How did he flip like that? Oh my gosh. That was a huge flip on Zach Fitzwater. Oh wow, he went over the 9. That was a huge crash. Big crash, a huge pile up. Wow, big one here. And Avi Sachs is going to lead us to the yellow. That was a crash. That was a spectacular crash there. Wow. Anyway, we're going to the green again here in stage number 2 of the All-Star Open. And Avi Sachs in front right now. We'll see if he can hang on. There's Ross Boss in second right now. Oh, they're crashing again. Claire Richardson goes around with Richard L. Nixon, and and the 34 it was hit, and more drivers were also caught up. Wow, Claire Richardson was hit. A lot of drivers going back and forth with points on the line to advance to the last driver to advance to the final, to the All-Star race. Wow, a lot on the line, and they're going all at it. They're going at it. You gotta hope that the points are enough for them to advance, and only one can advance on points. They're going all at it now. They're just having it all let out here in this All-Star race. We're back to the green. We had a wreck like this, 2 laps to go in the last stage, but we'll see how this plays out this time. Will they stay put? Matt Gomes in second. See if Avi Sachs can hold on this time with 2 to go. Here comes Matt Gomes. See if he gets a run on the bottom. Can he make that pass? This is for a spot in the All-Star race. Coming to the white flag in stage number 2. Next time by it'll be the white. And here we go. Matt Gomes on the bottom with 1 to go. Can he make the move for the lead? Might have help from Ross Boss. Sachs got to run up high though. Still battling side by side. Sachs able to pull away on the high line. Down the final turn. Avi Sachs somehow pulls away. Here he comes. And Avi Sachs is the second driver in the All-Star race. Wow, Avi Sachs somehow gets away on that final lap and gets the stage win and moves on to the All-Star race. Avi Sachs, the second driver in the All-Star race with that stage win. Incredible. And so Avi Sachs, the second driver to lock his spot in the All-Star race. And coming up, 10-lap final stage, and you do not want to miss it. And here we go, stage number 3, the final 10-lap stage here in the All-Star Open. And one driver is going to lock his or her spot by winning the final stage, and another driver, we will add up the points, and whoever has the most points among the drivers that didn't win a stage is going to move on. So here we go, 10 laps in the final stage and overtime if necessary, and we're back to the green. Ross Boss leading. Here comes Arthur Richard. Down bottom in the low line. Here comes Daniel Bouchard. Got loose. And Richardson looks like the 43's in trouble. And there's a crash behind. Huge crash. And Fitzwater, Oscon. And there you see Wyatt Quill involved. And we're going to race to the line as we see Daniel Bouchard, I should say, trying to get that lead. He will get the lead. Daniel Bouchard. And leads to the caution on lap 3. Oh man, this is going to get intense. Going to come down the final handful of laps here in stage number 3. Only a 10-lap stage. And again, if overtime is necessary, we will run it. 4 to go. 4 to go, and you betcha they're going to be very aggressive. They're all going to be very aggressive for that final win, that final stage win. Maybe some points on the line too. Here comes Luke Walker for the lead. 13 trying to make his way in the All-Star race. Trying to be the second part-time driver to make it in. What are the odds of that ever happening? 2 part-timers in the field to make it in. And they almost wrecked in the back. I could have sworn I saw a car nearly get loose, but they did not wreck. points for now. But I'm sure they're still going to go all at it for those points. They're in the back, in the middle, but hopefully they still are hoping for those points. Every point matters. Oh, they're going down 3 wide now. Oh, now Pichu's loose. Pichu in the grass, but he saves it. Oh man, Pichu's trying so hard to get into that top spot, but it's going to be a long way for him. With 2 to go. Here comes Ross Boss. Can he make the move? And Ross Boss has got the lead. Coming to the white flag with 1 to go. Last chance for them to make it to the All-Star race. Maxwell Smart behind. Daniel Bouchard pushing into the front. Final lap. Ross Boss, Maxwell Smart, who's got it? Battle of teammates. In the final corner comes Bouchard for the win. 3 wide to the line. Here they come. To the stripe. Contact. They're spinning and crashing. And who's going to win? Pichu is going to make it to the All-Star race. Pichu makes it in on a last lap crash. They went all at it in the final turn. Maxwell Smart contact. And Pichu makes it through and wins the All-Star Open. An incredible finish. Maxwell Smart, they got into some contact. 3 wide for the win. And then it all went downhill. And there you see the big crash at the end. Oh my gosh. They were all going for a 3 wide battle for the win. And Daniel Bouchard, he gave it all he had. He tried to block. He was trying desperately to block Maxwell Smart and Ross Boss. Going 3 wide at the end, and Smart made contact on the final corner. And Pichu makes it through and gets the spot in the All-Star race. Could be big for points here for these drivers, and only one of them is going to advance maybe in the All-Star race on points. Oh my gosh, it could come down to that wreck. That final turn wreck. What a way to end the Open. An amazing finish. And the 3 wide battle goes way totally wrong as Maxwell Smart got into Daniel Bouchard on that final turn. And there you see Pichu makes it through for the win. Oh man, what a race. What a start to the All-Star weekend at Texas. Oh man, I'm sure the All-Star race is going to be even more like this. Oh boy. Can't wait to see what the All-Star race is going to provide if we get finishes like these. Wow. Here it is one more time. And here it is one more time from the view of Pichu, who would went on to win this race. Wow, that was a great finish all the way. Daniel Bouchard somehow still came to the line in 4th place. Somehow after that wreck, he finished in 4th. Not sure if that's going to be enough points for him to advance, but man, he probably still wanted that win. My goodness. What a race it was. What a finish that was. My goodness. What a way to end the Open. As Daniel Bouchard on the final lap got into some contact, went all out, and Bouchard flips, ends up in 4th. Smart was in 6th, and Ross Boss ended up 13th. Oh, he's probably not going to get in the All-Star race now, but it's going to come down to the final points. We got to see the points. It's sure to be close. It is sure to be very close. Anyway, hope you have enjoyed this All-Star weekend so far. What a way to finish it off. And Pichu is going to make it in the All-Star race, but one more driver is going to join him along with the other stage winners. So when we come back, we'll reveal who that driver will be. Alrighty guys, it's time to reveal who is the last driver in the All-Star race. I added up all the points, and the points are scored normally, of course, as if they were regular each and every event, as if every stage was a race of its own. And I added up all the point totals from the 3 stages in the Open. We do know that Sharona Evans, Avi Sachs, and Pichu are in the All-Star race. And now we reveal the last driver that got in solely on points. So here we go. The driver that got in on points and the final one to make it to the All-Star race is Nick Sachita. He is going to be in the All-Star race. He had 97 total points on the 3 stages combined in the Open. 97 points for him, and Matt Gomes came 1 point short, 96 points, and I guess the difference was that last lap wreck. Yeah, that last lap wreck was all the difference, believe it or not. Daniel Bouchard missed the field by 3 points as well. How about that? Ross Boss had 92 points, and Quinn Porter had 91 points. There's Pichu with those 89 points, but the stage 1 got him in the All-Star race. Avi Sachs ended with 84 points, for those of you wondering, and Sharona Evans ended up with 70 points, but she is going to make it in on the stage win. And for those of you wondering where the rest of the field finished in points, there you go. Among the 3 open stages combined in the Open. And yeah, so that's where everybody stood in terms of points, in case you're wondering. So that'll do it here from the All-Star Open. And when we come back, it'll be the All-Star race itself from Texas. And I thought I'd show you the final results from the Open and the final stage. They came down to the wire. But in the end, ultimately, it was Pichu that will advance to the next round. And look at that, Sachita was 5th. That top 5 finish, he might have gained it from that wreck, believe it or not, and that final lap wreck. That was the difference. So Nick Sachita is going to be the final driver in the All-Star race. And congrats to our 3-stage Open winners, Sharona Evans, Pichu, and Avi Sachs. They'll be in the All-Star race. So anyway, when we come back, it'll be the All-Star race itself, so don't go away. Alrighty guys, we're back here with the All-Star race itself. It's the moment you've been waiting for. It'll be 3 stages like in the Open, but it'll be a little longer, of course. This is the All-Star race after all. There'll be a first stage of 30 laps, the second stage is 20, and the final stage will be 10. So there'll be 60 total laps run here tonight at Texas. We ran 40 combined in the Open, so we're going to run 100 laps overall in the All-Star weekend, which should make for a great night of racing here today. Anyway, we're going to have the pole sitter today, Rich Roy in the number 14, the only driver with 3 wins so far this season. On the outside with the 96, Nikki Maxwell. She's one of 2 drivers with 2 victories this season. The other is right behind her, the 00 of Christian Vargas. And the remaining drivers all have at least 1 win this season, except for those final 4 that got into in via the Open. Foster Henderson in the 77. There's Christian Vargas Foster Henderson 77. Jackson Nantel in the 50. Isaiah Bernesh in the 6. Cole Binion in the 24. Cassie Reynolds in the 11. Giovanni Castillo in the 19. Hampton Connor in the 52. Alicia Quillies in the 1, Juan Rodriguez in the 17, Thomas Mockford in the 8, Stewie Moore in the 7, and the 4 Open drivers, of course, the stage winners, Sharona Evans and Avi Sachs, and Pichu. And finally, the winner from those points, the last driver to get in on points, Nick Sachita. So anyway, it's on to the All-Star race. And as I mentioned earlier, there'll be a first stage of 30 laps, second stage is 20, and the final stage will run 10 laps. And we saw how crazy it was in those final 10 laps, so we could expect to see something just like that probably in this race. I'm sure they're going to go beating and banging all night long here today at Texas. It's an all-new Texas I found, by the way, so it is a different Texas than what we ran previously. I found an up-to-date one, so this is better than the one we had before, and it really shows. And we're going to be back at this track later in the season for an event in round of 8, and that's going to be a lot of fun with 40 cars on the track. Anyway, green flag is out in the All-Star race. Here comes Vargas in the 00. Can he make that move for the lead? And he's going to get it. First lap. I'm sure there'll be drivers beating and banging already early on. And they'll be back again as if nothing happened at the end of stages, so that everybody has a chance to win one of these, to win this. It's all for bragging rights, of course. Nothing's really on the line. They're just racing the best of the best. All drivers with at least one win this season facing off, just for the best of the best, of course. Oh, Emden Connor getting contact with Juan Rodriguez. Somehow keeps it together, and they're going 3 wide as Christian Vargas pulls away. And here comes Rodriguez to go for second. Third lap, by the way. This is only the third lap of the race. They're already going at it. I'm sure, wonder how they'll go in the final 10 laps. Oh, now Stewie Moore's in the apron, but he saves it. Stewie Moore on the apron, saves the car. Third place. Second place is Juan. And 00, Christian Vargas still leading. And now here comes Juan Rodriguez in the 17. Three wide here in the middle pack, and somehow they didn't crash each other. It's a miracle. Last time they went 3 wide like that, you know what happened in that last lap of the Open. Now this time they're pretty much, they've learned their lessons from the Opens, so I'm sure they're not gonna go aggressive too early. And now Juan Rodriguez in the lead, and here comes Sharon Evans working her way up to second place. Evans is up to second. The defending series champion. She had to race her way into the Open to get herself into the All-Star race. Now she's back and looking to add another All-Star win on top of being the defending series champion. Here comes Evans into the lead. The drivers are starting to separate a little bit. We'll see if that will stay long, or will they start to be aggressive as we close down on stage 1. Not really much, nothing on the line, just bragging rights for the All-Star race, and just to see who will be the best of the best among the race winners as we reach the halfway point. Oh, Sachita in the apron saves it. There goes Pichu around with Christian Vargas. And Thomas Mockford and Cassie Reynolds with damage. And there's our first wreck of the night. And Nick Sachita will lead us to the caution. So we haven't thought about pit stops all night long, but I'm sure there'll be some drivers taking their stops. Maybe 1 or 2 pit stops we expect of the night. So it may not be a factor, but we shall see. Looks like the 3's coming to pit right now. And he's not going to. Okay, they're not going to pit. They're going to stay out of it for now. Oh, they're going to have Evans back in the lead. Looks like Evans was ruled as the leader under the caution. Alright, so we're back to the green, and Sharon Evans will lead us back to the green flag again. Great start. The number 10 car just wasted no time going through and taking the lead. Now the 19, there's Giovanni Castillo in the 19 running, trying to make an impact here. And Avi Sachs third place. Oh, look at Sachs trying to hang on over Unleasher Quillies. As we're reaching the halfway point, almost the halfway point of the All-Star race. Giovanni Castillo takes that lead. And now Unleasher Quilly is trying to take out, look at that, look at that, right on the bumper of Avi Sachs. He's trying to loosen, trying to put the bump and run already early on, and Quilly's trying to get that second spot away. And by the way, Quilly's that he had a wild, he got in by a wild finish at Bristol. Bristol was a wild one. By the way, in overtime, it was a crazy, insane race that Quilly's took the win at. In other words, crazy season we've having so far. We're going 3 wide for third place. Juan Rodriguez, third. Sachita running below and trying to stay off the apron. And the 17 does just that. Giovanni Castillo and Alicia Quilly's battle. This is only stage 1, by the way. So it's not over. It's far from over. This race is going to be far from over, as we are halfway through stage 1. A long night here ahead at Texas. And Sharona Evans, Nikki Maxwell battled out for the position down the bottom. And now that's for 7th. Evans going to work her way back up 7th place. As I mentioned earlier, we're going to be running again here at Texas in the round of 8 event here at later this season. It's going to be a round of 8 event. So racing's just like what we saw here tonight. We could be in for a crazy race at Texas in the round of 8 to determine who's in the championship 4. That'll be a fun race to watch from start to finish. So right now they're staying calm. They are not doing anything really drastic, since this is only the first stage of the All-Star race. But I'm sure it's all going to change when they continue racing. As we're up to the 19th lap here, as Castillo's hanging on to the lead. Could come down to who gets to this. Well, it's only the first stage, but if Castillo's trying to hang on, he's doing the best he can to hang on. Maybe get the best position to start. And we have 11 laps to go here at the Texas Motor Speedway. I'm in stage 1. So far, they're staying put right now, not making any drastic moves too early. Sharona Evans trying to work her way up to the 5th spot. She makes the move. And there she goes. Makes the move on the 6th. Giovanni Castillo, he won the Coca-Cola 600 this season. Looks at an all-star race win here. And Juan Rodriguez, he was one of the early winners of the season. I believe he won an Auto Club, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And Nick Sachita, he of course got in by the last driver into the All-Star Open. And Isaiah Bernashi was in on the win in New Hampshire. New Hampshire, he took that win. And Hampton Connor was one of the early drivers who won it. Got his first career win early this season. He's in his first All-Star race. And there's Foster Henderson won at Nashville. Nikki Maxwell won 2 events so far this season. Rich Roy's won 3 events. Cole Binion got his first win in a crazy race at Kentucky. And Thomas Mockford got his first win in dominating fashion in Chicagoland. There's Stewie Moore. He got his win at Auto Club. And Jackson Nantel, first win for that TMT Racing team. Cassie Reynolds won at the Daytona Road Course. And Christian Vargas also with 2 wins so far this season. That's how all these drivers got in the All-Star race. And just 7 laps to go at the first stage here. And it looks like they're just going to run it out until the end of the stage. Probably setting up some plans, planning out tactics, and see who's going to be coming out on top. All for bragging rights in this All-Star race. It looks like Juan Rodriguez is going to try to make a move for 2nd. He's probably going to try to hold off right now. Probably going to try to hold off because he wants that low line to start off on the restart. Maybe try to catch the 19 from there. He's got Nick Sachita right behind him. Question is, will he be defensive? Or will he try to get a run for second and maybe roll the dice? And we got 5 to go here at the Texas Motor Speedway. Look at the damage of these cars, but their damage is magically going to be fixed. Don't worry, the damage will be magically fixed before every stage, so everybody gets a fair chance. Because it is the All-Star race, so all they're racing for is bragging rights. 4 to go here at Texas Motor Speedway. Giovanni Castillo is trying to hang on for the stage win, but it probably will mean almost nothing. He's got to hang on for the rest of this race. We saw how crazy it could get, how crazy this race could get very quickly and very early. So you better not get too comfortable in that first position, because the drivers behind him are going to try to catch him on the restart for sure. Alicia Quilley is still waiting for him, the 19, to slip up and maybe take that top starting spot in stage 2. It looks like there'll probably be no pit stops after all. They really probably don't need pit stops at this point, because this is the All-Star race after all. So, yeah. 2 to go. Just 2 more laps around Texas Motor Speedway at the first stage of this race. It's still too early, but last season Bristol was a crazy All-Star race finish. See what happens here in this final one. As we come down to the white flag for stage number 1, and Juan Rodriguez right behind the 1. Is he going to make a move before the end of the stage? And there he goes. Alicia Quilley and Juan Rodriguez battle for second on the final lap of stage 1. It looks like the 1 is able to hang on to second. And Giovanni Castillo, here he comes. He's going to take the stage win in stage 1. Just the beginning of the All-Star race for the number 19. And there he goes to take that stage win. And stage 1 is complete with the 19 on top. So when we come back, it'll be stage number 2 from Texas. And we are back here with the All-Star race in stage 2. It's going to be our 20-lap second stage here at Texas. About to get underway as the pace car comes to pit road. And stage 2, it's 20 laps. So here we go, back to the green. Giovanni Castillo leads the field back to the green flag. And here comes the 17. That is Juan Rodriguez for the lead. Oh, he's loose into the grass and saves it. Nearly turned by Sharona Evans on that start. Oh man, this is going to be a fun finish for sure. Sharona Evans nearly turns the 17 around. Sharona's trying to go to second spot, trying to get the lead. Now here she comes again. Gonna try again. Got it. 10 car leading. Hampton Connor right behind the 10. And Nikki Maxwell also behind the 10. And the 52. And here comes Cole Binion trying to make a move in the top 5 as Juan Rodriguez is trying to hold off over the 19. Man, that 19 is trying to get that lead back. Hampton Connor in front. Still trying to hang on. Can he hold off Nikki Maxwell? Maxwell very experienced in the PLCS, and here she comes for the lead. Cole Binion down bottom, 3 wide it's going to be. Oh, last time it went 3 wide for the lead. We know how well that turned out. Oh, they're going to keep it down a second for now. Here comes Quillies. And Cole Binion's still hanging on. Oh, they're still trying to block. Here comes Quillies again. Can Quillies make the move back down? Quillies doesn't have that draft. Here comes Cole Binion though. Still trying to hang on for the lead. Can Cole Binion make it through? Gets the lead. And he takes the lead away. And now Unleash Your Quillies right behind him. Nick Sachita also trying to make a move. Down to third place. Avi Sachs and Rich Roy all trying to work their way back up. Gone 6 laps without wrecking each other. Oh, Juan Rodriguez into the grass he goes. And they save it. 17 with the save. And almost a jinx. Almost a jinx. Wow. Oh my gosh. They're getting aggressive. Juan Rodriguez with a great save. Avoids being spun in stage 2. Nick Sachita leads. And now it's his turn to lead. Here comes the 11 Cassie Reynolds. Can he make that move? Cassie Reynolds, can he make it? Foster Anderson, 3 wide battle. And Foster, he makes it through. Foster gets to the 3rd spot. Thomas Mockford in the 4th. And Reynolds takes that lead. He's going to pull away right now. They're going 3 wide. Thomas Mockford reading a very aggressive move now in the 8. And Sharon Evans find a way through. Thomas Mockford in 2nd place. And the 10 car, Sharona Evans makes it through in 3rd place. Back to Cole Binion again in the top 5. And we are halfway through stage number 2. Reynolds, Evans battling for the lead. But Evans is trying to clear Thomas Mockford. Still making contact a little bit back and forth as we are just a few laps away from the end of stage 2. Sharona Evans makes it through in a second. Can she make that run on the 11? That 10 car makes that move again, and she got it. And the 10 car takes the lead here in the All-Star race with 8 to go. And Hampton Connor goes for 3rd place in stage number 2 right here. Thomas Mockford trying to hang on, and Reynolds trying to get the lead back from Evans. Oh, looks low. Oh, bumping and banging again. Jackson Nantel having a little bit of trouble trying to hang on. Jackson and somehow saves it again. Man, he's gone through a lot so far in this All-Star race from the back. Still trying to work his way up. And here comes the 10. Gonna try to crossover move. Coming to 6 laps to go. Evans gets that run and gets the lead. 14 car gets in the 3rd place. Trying to get that 3rd spot away. And he got the third spot with 5 laps to go. And into 5th spot now is Giovanni Castillo, and here comes Foster Henderson. And he's going to make that move back to the top 5. 4 laps to go, and they're beating and banging each other into the wall. Oh, I just saw Hampton Connor got into the wall hard. Oh boy, somehow saves it. Yep, right on the wall with Nicky Maxwell. Oh boy. Man, they're still trying to beat and bang each other in the back. Oh boy. Somehow, some way they didn't. Wow. I don't know how that... They didn't crash! Now they crash! Now they crash! Cole Binion has spun. The 24 has spun out. Wow. So this probably will be the end of stage 2, and there will be no overtime since no one's going to like be eliminated or advance to the next round or whatever. Everyone's going to drive. Everyone's going to be in the final stage anyway, so this will end under caution. So stage 2 will end under caution. Sharona Evans is going to lead us back to the green in the final 10-lap dash. So Sharona Evans is going to lead us back to the final 10-lap dash here at Texas, and that'll be the end of stage 2. So stay tuned, stage 3 is coming up. And we are here in the final 10-lap stage of the All-Star race. It's going to come down to this, folks. 10 laps to determine who gets that All-Star race win, and of course 2-lap overtime if we need it. It's going to come down. Pace car is going to come down. It's going to come down to the wire, folks. Sharona Evans leads the field, and we're going back to the green flag here in this All-Star race. 3 wide already. Here comes Avi Sachs into the apron. Rich Roy saves it though. And they save it again. Down the bottom lane, the 14 car goes low. Here they come to the bottom again. Avi Sachs trying to make a move here. Here comes Jackson Nantle. And here comes Stewie Moore. And Pichu also trying to make a move. The 11 goes low. What a strategy for that 11 car. Going down the low lane. Knows that there's 10 laps in this final stage. It's all go big or go home. 3 wide. Here we go. Avi Sachs, Jackson Nantle, and Peach and Stewie Moore. Still trying to hang on. Stewie Moore. Can he make that move? He clears them. Gets the lead away. Pichu right now trying to make that move too. And here he comes. Bumps him up high. And Pichu takes that lead. Oh, crashing in the back. Thomas Mockford around and Hampton Connor spinning. Sharona Evans goes around. And they'll race back to the line. Pichu will lead to the green. Back to the caution. Oh no! The 11 is in the wall. And it goes for a spin. The 11 also spins. Racing back to the caution. Oh wow, this race is intense. Final stage, all or nothing. They're leaving it all on the line. 2 laps to go. It'll be when we get back to the stripe. Looks like the 11 will be able to restart back in 6th. Pichu won the Open on a last lap wreck. But will it happen again? Will he take the All-Star race? Boy, it's going to be shocking if Pichu wins the All-Star race. My gosh, I swear. I never intended for Pichu to be in front like this. He was in the back most of the day. And yet somehow he's in the front right now in these final laps. He just comes up clutch when he needs to. 2 laps to go in the All-Star race. We're back to the green. A solid start for Pichu. Is it going to last though for him at Texas? And there's a caution before the white flag. It'll have overtime. I'm sure these guys in the back would love to see an overtime finish. As we come to the white flag next time by, 1 lap to go. In the All-Star race, this is for the marbles. Here we go. Will the 3 car have a chance at the win? Here he comes on the low line. Can he hold off? Can he get that 88? He's got one more chance to catch the 88 car. Down the final corner. Can the 3 get the 88? He will not get there. And Pichu is going to win the All-Star race. How about that? Pichu needed to get the last stage win to get in the All-Star race, and now he wins the All-Star race. This is Pichu's second All-Star race victory. His first came in Season 16. Yeah, that was way back in Season 16 for those longtime fans that remembered. He won the showdown that season too, believe it or not. So, in both instances, he won the All-Star race. He also won the showdown to advance. What are the odds of that? Anyway, for those of you wondering if this is all rigged, it is not rigged. I swear everybody had equal ratings. And Pichu again had to advance to the All-Star race by winning the final stage in the showdown. And he was in the back of the pack before that wreck happened in the final lap of the All-Star Open. And that's how Pichu got in. So this is not rigged, I swear. Everybody had equal ratings. Everybody had a fair shot at winning this race, and everybody was all equal in terms of every race and getting into the All-Star race and the All-Star Open. Everybody had an equal chance, so this is not rigged. Like I said, everybody had equal ratings, equal chances to get into the Open and to the All-Star race itself. So just for those of you asking. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this All-Star race. We had a lot of fun. This is our first All-Star race in Texas in a long time. I don't even know when was the last time we had an All-Star race at Texas. We might do it again at Texas next season because it was so much fun to do, especially when it got to the All-Star Open. And like I said, as I mentioned earlier, we're going to be back at Texas for the playoff race in the round of 8. That'll be a round of 8 race here at Texas Motor Speedway, and it's sure going to be a lot of fun to do. So can't wait for that race to come. And anyway, after the All-Star race, we're back to regular racing. Regular season only has a handful of races remaining, mostly on road courses. We're going to be at Pocono, though, next weekend at the Tricky Triangle for a doubleheader weekend with two races at full car fields in each of them. Should be a lot of fun. I'll talk to you guys about the Pocono format when we get there. But we're going to have our Pocono doubleheader as our next event here in the PLCS. And then we're going to have a special pair of races at Indianapolis. The Indianapolis road course will host a special pair of races. There'll be 20 cars each because of field limitations at that track. And it will count as one race. So there'll be in one race we'll have 20 cars. The other also going to have 20 plus cars. And one race 20 plus cars too. So part-timers will be in both events. For the Indianapolis, it will count as one race. But we'll have 2 different winners from that one race week in Indianapolis road course. And then we go to the Indianapolis Oval after that. And then we go to the road courses at Road America, Sonoma, Watkins Glen. And it all leads up to the regular season finale at Coca-Cola Super Speedway. That'll lead us into the playoffs to kick off the PLCS Season 42 playoffs. So it should be a lot of fun with many road courses coming up. And many other great events also coming up in the second half of the season. So you don't want to miss any of those events. Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed this All-Star Race weekend, and we will see you guys next weekend at the Pocono doubleheader at the Tricky Triangle. And again, congrats Pichu on winning the All-Star Race for Season 42. So until next time, guys, we will see you all later, and we'll see you guys next weekend at the Pocono doubleheader. Until then, we'll see you later.